in the domain for nearly 2 years. So today we will be going to look at what are the possible outcomes and growth of cybersecurity. We'll look how a beginner can build and upskill themselves in the domain. So also about opportunities, what kind of projects, and what are the steps or skills needed for one jumping or diving into this cybersecurity domain. So Mr. Arvind Jhawar will shed some light on that and share his experience, what all he has garnered over the 2 years. So yeah, Arvind, do you
Thank
have
you,
anything to
Pratik.
say? Yeah.
Thank you, Pratik. Thank you, Rishikesh. And thank you, GDSC, for giving me the opportunity to share my experience on cybersecurity to the students who are coming in the branch. And I hope they will do our best in this. So let me share with the PPTs. For now, I will be giving an introduction through the PPT. And after that, I will be sharing a lab which I will be solving and make the student understand how the working goes on. So let me share the screen.
You can also full screen from so
Mm,
do full screen. The full you have window on.
Yes, actually, I'm seeing that only. 1 second. Okay, got it. So, welcome to the session. Today, in this session, I am going to share the experience of my in cybersecurity. So, let's start. We're going to see the introduction, eligibility criteria, tools, practice, where you can practice the cybersecurity labs and you can explore others. And I will be sharing a report so that you can understand how a report is made and how it can be shared with the others like companies. Uh, Tips to grow in cybersecurity, roles and opportunity, because many of the students are going to be here for the career. They want to bring a career in their life, so there they go. And I will be sharing some resources, important certification which are very important as a cybersecurity engineer, and question and answers. So let's start with the introduction. So what is cybersecurity? So the first thing came into the existence was why we need cybersecurity. The need of cybersecurity is like in today's world, around 40 years back, there was no internet. So taking some message things, post, and that's there. But in today's world, there are everything online, and we are going to share that. In cybersecurity, the need of cybersecurity is like everyone are going digitalization through digitalization. So there's a point where emails can be hacked, accounts can be hacked, social media can be hacked, your mobile can be hacked. So there you go. You make your system safe point where you can of the system of your content. So let's go. Eligibility criteria. So eligibility is like everyone can do the cybersecurity, but for specification, BSc student, BTech student, it came, and in Thakur College it came 1 year ago, 2 years ago, the new branch. Uh, Second point is understanding OS, network, and mobiles. So OS, why OS? Linux is a tool where we use cybersecurity, and we are hacking through Linux. Why Linux only? So Linux is a open source. We can customize it for our need, and we can use their tools, which are very well organized, other than Windows or Mac OS. So there are not only Linux but also other OS also, like Ubuntu OS, Linux, Kali Linux, Parrot OS, Black Arch, which is competing Kali Linux. So operating system, networks. Why networks? There are more than 100 or many more possible, because network is like we hack through networks. So why networking is important? How we use them? WPA, you have heard the name. For encryption, we use that. For our Wi-Fi routers, why they are mobiles. So it's obvious that we are not going to hack only laptop or only system. We can hack through mobiles also. So we have to gain the knowledge of mobile, how to exploit them, how we can share our payloads, how we can share our viruses or things through mobile. So understanding of mobile is very important. Third point is Linux and shell scripting. So we have to very well aware of Linux, how it works. Terminal is a main key where we are going to use them, because Linux is like not a GUI like Windows or Mac OS. It's like on terminal. The life of a hacker is on terminal only. So we have to get a terminals knowledge, like basic, how we can create, make files. We can delete files through terminals. We can execute our attacks through terminals. So terminal is very important. Fourth point, understanding of a programming language. So any programming language can be covered. My first preference goes to C++, because through C++ we can make our own operating system and we can understand the operating systems very well. So next, tools. Here are some tools which we use most commonly. First came Nmap. It is a vulnerability scanner tool. We scan ports which are open, and we can perform an attack through them. SQL Map. It's a tool which is used for SQL injection, mainly SQL injection, to see the uh, attacks through them. Burp suit is like having a connection. For example, I am typing something on my keyboard. For example, I am typing my email ID and password. If my website is open, it will sends the my typing, and it will display the email ID and password to the others who is using website. Metasploit. It's like payload creator. It create viruses. It create payloads. So we can perform our viruses using them, and we can also create them if we have a strong knowledge of a programming language. So next slide will be on current trends. So this is the 2020 data, where we have seen the many of the top 10 industry where cybersecurity attacks are being performed. First, it comes to finance and insurance, because online frauds are going on. Like someone calls you and asks for the KYC update. If you give the information, the information is shared to the hacker. We don't know. So your system can be hacked through that way, or by clicking on some unusual links, URLs, malicious URLs. So that's the point where we share our information with others without knowing to them or without knowing to us. So we have understood why cybersecurity is there, and we can sharpen our skills. We can sharpen our skills. So here are some sites like HackerOne, Bugcrowd, which are the best, because Bugcrowd is like we can have a bug bounty on them. Depending on the companies, they are giving a bug bounty or not. And HackerOne is the best, where we can practice our labs. We can hack the machine, the environment which they give, and not the environment which we want to hack. So here are some links which will be shared through the GDS to the students. So next, the tips where we are going to grow networking and Linux is always important. But here comes the OWASP 10. So what is OWASP 10? The OWASP 10 is a site where for example, attack from 1 Jan to 31st December of 2023. So they will be listing top attacks which are performed in the year. and they will share their information and how the attack were performed, what were the resources, how they share the payloads. They will be sharing that. So I am going to show the OWASP 10 website also. So here are some cybersecurity kill chain. What is cybersecurity kill chain? So first it comes reconnaissance. So what is reconnaissance? Reconnaissance is like we are going to get the user's information like email ID, its phone number, its mobile information, its laptop information, etc. And according to that, in second step, we are going to make a exploit or a backdoor or a payload. So in second step, we are going to select the payload or we are going to select the exploit. In third step, we are going to deliver that. In first step, we know that the exploits, we know the points there from where we can enter. So using first step, we can use third step and deliver the virus to them. For example, a virus can be delivered in APK format to a user or a game format to a user, because there are some students or there are some people who like gaming but they don't know what APK they are downloading, and they come in the trap of the hacker. So fourth point, the hacker is going to exploit. It's not like hacker is going to exploit, but it's like the students are or the person um, or the receiver of the payload is going to exploit its system by clicking on the link or clicking on the APK file or running some unusual things on the system. Fifth point, we are not aware that APK is malicious or URL is malicious. So in fifth point, the installation starts and the malware or a payload is installed on the system. So in sixth step, the connection is made to a hacker through the payload, which we are not aware. And in seventh step, the user are going to write some commands and it can get some information on our knowledge, like our confidential files, our personal images, our videos, our camera access, our knowledge or bank account details also. Some steps which we all are following, but it cannot be like that we can use first step at the land and the seventh step at the first. Why? Because it's a chain, we have to follow that only. We can't make our own chain, we have to follow this only. So you have to understand the cyber kill chain and you have to great understanding of OWASP 10, so that any bug or anything you can be attacked or you can use them to attack the user.
Yes, rightfully said, Arvind. So now, as you know, what are the steps, and you're also from cybersecurity branch, you might have idea earlier too. If not, like Arvind has explained the steps that you need. So let's have a poll on this. Let's have some situations and let's see what type of steps they come under or what type of attacks they are. So can we have some polls? Yeah, so the first poll says, what are the features of cybersecurity? So what, according to you, is it for just threat prevention or defense against only internal threats or compliance or all of the above? Okay, I can see a lot of people choosing the last option, all of the above, which is again right, Arvind, right? Because it is not
Yes.
only internal, external threat, right? It's from both the sides. And it is also done for not only threat prevention, but also for securing our systems and for testing against it. We will do some polls in the further time being. So yeah.
So let's start with the PPT again. Here are the job
I'm
roles
sharing.
and opportunity.
So from this poll, we got to know that is result visible? Poll result.
Yeah,
Yes, now it's visible, I guess.
Okay, so everyone uh, checked the correct one. Cool. Okay, carry on, Arvind.
So here are the job roles and opportunity where we can see it's a pyramid where we are at the entry level, there comes the middle level, and there comes the senior level. So at entry level, we can get many jobs like pen tester, ethical hacker, security analyst, forensic expert, or cryptography. It's now trending nowadays. Security engineer, security consultant, and many more. Incident response is also one of the best example of the entry level jobs, because there was a situation where a person was given a mail, and it was a cybersecurity team of 10 to 12 members, and the mail was shared by the HR of the company. So he want to know which of the employee is going to report the incident. So one or two people report the incident because they were like it's from others, so they not check the URL and not check the things. They get away with the trap, but two or three employees were aware of that, and they came out and reported the incident, so that got the promotion for that, and they got the senior level position in that. So here come the middle position. So after this timing or of 3 to 4 years, you can be at a mid level where you will know the base of the everything, and you will be sharpened the skill. So you can get a mid level jobs like a security auditor, policy positions, incident responses, which again come from responder, and you can get to a senior position to for 9 to 10 years. And if you are with a certification, you can be at mid level at the starting only from the beginner of the career. So here are some certification and resources. You can take a screenshot, I guess, because these are the important things, like certifications like CEH, which cost around 50 to 60,000, but the validity is of 3 years. And there are two types of certification in this: practical and of paper. So practical is preferred because we will hacking the practical machines, and you can go there. And OSCP is the best certification for now, but it's not in India. It's like globally popular, but in India, CEH popular. So OSCP is like you will be getting a lifetime validity of the certification, but the cost is also some high of 1,30,000, I guess. And after OSCP, you can prepare for OSCE and CISSP. It's another certification differing from them, and it's also costly. But for a beginner, you can start from a CEH. After some time, you can go through them. And there are some resources which I am going to share, like YouTube channels like Bit and Tech, David Bumble, Hackersploit, and Network Chunk. These are the best channel. Bit and Tech is from Hindi channel. So if somebody likes to listen in Hindi, he can go there. David Bombal is like he is giving a practical knowledge on the tools which are being developed last few years, and he give a live example, live using of the tools. Hackersploit, it's a place where you can get the hacking of any lab, any walkthrough you can find there. And Network Chunk, it's best channel for a Linux beginner who want to learn Linux, who want to know Linux, who want to know Bubsuit, Metasploit, Wireshark, he can get from there. And there are some resources like books, Hacker Playbook 3, which is the best for now, uh, current trend to 2023, and Metasploit, the one who want to go in offensive side, and who want to create payloads, who want to learn from payloads, so he can be there. Some additional resources, you can get a screenshot of this also, because the first one is of VMware. So why VMware we are using? Why not booting to the Windows only? So it's a rule that not only you can hack, the others can also hack the Linux. So it is a safer way that if you are having a Linux in a VMware, so the Linux can be attacked, but it will be at a safer end for the Windows. Windows cannot be attacked. It will be attacked only on VMware. And second point is of Linux, where you can download the Linux file and you can run on VMware. Third one is a YouTube channel link, where you can find the YouTube basic of Linux. So that's the additional resources. Now MCQs. So the first MCQ came up is what is a cyber security?
I can see most of them are answering it right.
Exactly.
So yeah, and it's a no-brainer question. Yeah.
Yes.
Next, we will be having a series of poll to understand the understanding of yours into the
Extent
cybersecurity.
of your knowledge into cybersecurity.
Okay, so I think I can end the poll.
Yeah.
So
So
these are
here we can go with the next poll.
okay.
Yes. So this says which of the following is not a cyber crime. So there are four options: malware, man in the middle, and AES. So here I can give you a hint. One of them is a cyber attack, right? And others are some kind of, you know, okay. So I can see people know, okay.
You can just do, you just
So the
want to
poll
do,
is up. I think you can, yeah, you can go and participate.
yeah.
So, okay, one response is right.
Let me give you a hint. Here you have to select the name where cybercrime is not involved, which is not a cyber crime actually.
Yeah. Well, yes, people are answering it right. Well, there is still confusion. Okay. So, yeah, let us wait for the time being. Only 34% have participated. Let us keep for a few more seconds so people can come in and tune to the question.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going right. And like,
The majority have
yeah.
checked the correct one.
So I think, okay, I think we can end it, right? So as you can see, majority of them have answered right. It is AES because it's an encryption standard that's used, right? It's a cryptographic term. While man in the middle is an attack, which Arvind would better tell you about, and malware, we all know what it
So
is.
man in the
So Arvind,
middle
go
attack is
ahead.
like there is a person using laptop and there is a Wi-Fi router and I am a hacker. So I am in the middle of them. So I can get the user information. The networking works like the information from the user laptop is shared to the network. But in man in the middle attack, I will the person which I am in the situation where I will understand the user, I will get the user data and I will forward it to the network and the network send the reply to the user. So user will be like he has got the information, but no, his information is first shared with me and then I share or redirect it to the network. And after the network comes, the redirection goes away from me and goes to the user. So it's a man in the middle attack. Malware, there are many malware So it cannot be a cyber crime. It's a cyber crime because a malware can be used to attack somewhere or attack someone. Denial of service. So it's like ping on the Wi-Fi router by sending many requests or many you can send many requests to the Wi-Fi router so that he can be confused, like which we have to take and which I can drop. So here is the denial of service.
Yeah,
So next, yes,
and
Pradeep.
also in denial of service, there are in modern system they put a breakthrough like captcha or something, right, to stop
Yes.
the attacks, like Cloudflare does it. So yeah, we can have the next poll too.
Okay, so all of them are correct in the next poll. So the third poll, in which category does compromising confidentiality information falls? So I think it's vulnerability. No, it's a threat because
Yes.
threatening someone is like attack. Wait. Information for attack vulnerability. No, it can't be a bug.
Yeah,
It can't
it
be an
seems like a
attack.
vulnerability, right? Because
Yes.
yeah, like, for example, there are a lot of vulnerability in Google, Facebook, these all systems. Like it was their system fault, right? So it's like bug bounty. Many bug bounty people find these types of vulnerabilities, but it's a system problem. For example, allowing sign in for a longer session, maybe like something like that.
If you talk
Yes.
about the
So it's a
confidential
vulnerability.
information fall, if you talk about confidential information fall, so it's just like a part of a phishing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So vulnerability is the correct answer. Next poll, which software is mainly used to help user detect virus and avoid that? So antivirus, it's a
Yes.
common question and common sense, I guess, because we are also using some antivirus in our systems like Windows Defender, Quick Heal, eScan, and many more. Which of the following is considered an element of cybersecurity? So all of them, because network security, it comes a job. Operational security and application security. Application security is like application pen tester. So here it cannot be a consider it cannot be a one only because all of them are correct. So correct answer is all of the above.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, like most of them have, like majority of them have a good idea about it. So yeah, so
yes.
why we have kept this, because like we would be going into some cyber security terms as Mr. Arvind will be showing a live demonstration. So yeah, Arvind, over to you.
Thank you, Pratik. So there is a one, I guess, quiz which was left. What are the features of cybersecurity? So there are some options. You can send me the answers in the chat box. Uh, it will be a good thing, I guess, Pratik, right? In chat
Yeah,
box, the answer. So
actually,
I'll
I guess
take
this was
answer.
asked in one of the polls too, and people have answered all of the above.
Okay. So
We can move further.
okay, thank you, Pratik. So here there comes the major difference where the students are like, we want to make some projects, but to show in resume. So what can they be? So for a research purpose, they can go through this slide where they can get the brief knowledge on information security projects like blockchain, which is a trending one, software which we were creating from last few years. Cybersecurity is it's a term itself. So you can go in depth also, like bugs you can find, like you can explore Tor browser, and of course with a secure network and with a proxy network VPN using them. So firmware protection, it's an important one because there are some firmware which were attacked recently. Like we are having a smart things all around us. So it comes where the firmware attack protection is needed because the firmware is like we are not always connected to the internet. If the machine is kept in the room and if we are not updating them, so there comes the flaw where the attacker can use them. So firmware protection is also important. Forensic analysis is like having a forensic expert. You can assist the police or the government employees to help them. So you can take a screenshot of the slide. It will be helpful for you all. So let me show the main part. Like we are going to hack a machine. So let's go there and see that. So Pratik, I can share the other things, right?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay.
So it will be quite a hands-on thing. Like we do not advise like you have to follow it, because there are a few prerequisite for it. We will have this recorded session, so you can watch it over if you want to try what Arvind will be showing in the live demo.
Yes, actually, it's like if you will be going through that and you will be trying to practice it with me, you will be getting a point where you will find some difficulty, which will be difficult for me to address for now. So you can go with that. You can get the recording and you will find that I have shared how I have attacked the machine. So you can use that. So let me share the screen. Hmm. Pratik, my screen is visible,
Yeah,
right?
your Kali Linux VMware is visible.
So it's a very small, right?
Yeah, I think you can maximize it. 1, 2,
Uh,
3. Their option is there.
no,
It's
no,
there.
no. That's a terminal point.
Okay.
Oh, above in the toolbar section,
Yeah.
the last part.
Mm, okay, got it.
Yeah.
So this is a machine which I am going to run. It's a Mr. Robot name after a series Mr. Robot, which is available on Netflix. So let's start. I will power the machine. And in Linux, I will be start with the basic thing once the machine is booted. So let's wait for the machine to
Yeah.
boot up.
So till then, if you guys do not have idea about what is a hypervisor or what a virtual machine is, so Arvind, can you go ahead and tell why it is essential in cyber security when people are doing some scanning or finding bugs?
Yes. So why VMware and why we are using an offline machine for now? Because VMware is like if the Linux is attacked, your VMware is going to protect it, and your Windows information is not with the hacker. So that's the reason why I am using Kali Linux on a VMware, and why I'm using a offline machine, because it's a basic machine where we are going to use some tools like Hydra, Nmap, network discovery, Metasploit, I guess, and there are capture of flag. You have heard the term CTF, capture the flag. So there are three flags you are going to see in this. So it will be a helpful machine to use. So let me start with the terminal. So I think my screen is
Yeah,
visible.
it's clearly
Okay.
visible.
So I will zoom it. So let's start with the machine.
So like this is the terminal he's using, right?
Yes.
It's built on the top of the shell.
So let's start. And firstly, I have to know the information of my VM machine. So I will go into settings. In settings, I will be getting a network adapter. I have to know the IP address of the machine first now, but IP address is not available here. So I am going to an advanced setting where I find that MAC address is this. So I am going to write this.
And also, can you tell what is MAC address, like difference between IP and MAC address? Because many people like might not know.
IP address is like internet protocol. So IP is going to be of connection through internet, but MAC address is it's within the machine only.
So
It
it's like
never goes changing.
it's like a IP is your virtual address when you're on a network.
Exactly.
It may be public or private, and your hardware machine address is your MAC address.
Which never going to change.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
here is the MAC address of the machine, which I'm going to copy. Okay. And it is preferable that we use a notepad or text editor in Linux or in Windows so that we can store the information which we have got. So it will be helpful to you because going down in deep to a lab, it's like we can miss out some information which is very essential for us. So you can use a editor like me, or you can write it on a book. So in editor, I am going to keep the MAC address and write it like this. So here is the MAC address of the machine. So I have to check my machine IP address so that I can find it easy for me. As you can see, my IP address is here, which is this one. So this is my IP for my machine, but I have to check the IP for the VM of Mr. Robot. So I am going to use a tool called Net Discover. So -f for password and -I for information and ETH for it's connected to Etherport 0. So we can get the information in network also. It's connected to the Etherport 0. Okay, it's not available right now, but here comes the point where you can find the Etherport 0 is always connected to a lab or second virtual machine. So let me go with the terminal right now. And I am going to assign my IP address so that it can find that from my Wi-Fi which other devices are linked, so that Mr. Robot will be the one machine which is linked to my Wi-Fi. So I can find that by entering my IP, which is 29.164, 29 dot. Here I am going to write 0 to 24 because there are from 0 to 255 last IP. So I am going to use for 0 to 24 to make it easy for me and enter. Okay. So I am not using the sudo because I am not the root. I cannot discover that. So make it like sudo. That means you enter, and I have to enter the password. Yes. So here it's going to make the list of the IPs where I can see, and I can see the name of the host or the IP. So I lost that. So the MAC address, the IP address for this machine for Mr. Robot will be this one because it's the same. you can compare it. The MAC address of the machine which I have got from here is the same available here. So the IP address for Mr. Robot will be this. I am going to copy this and I am going to save it with the notepad so that it will be useful for me afterwards when I get the web browser. IP address. So it's the IP address for the this one. Okay. So I got the IP now. Now what? I have to check it on web browser whether the IP exists or not. So I am going to use Firefox. Here I am going to paste the IP address which I have got from NetDiscover and enter. Okay, so so the address was correct, and I've got into the Mr. Robot here, and I have found that the it's working properly, but it's not the root access. I have to get the root access and three flags. To use a command for which I'm going to type nmap all authorization and IP address got 168.9.32. Okay, 32. So or the things which are running on the IP. So to run till then, I can show you some in other tools like JavaScript, Level, and C. So it's a best extension if you are using a web server or website to hack. It's like Foxy Proxy. It's in Firefox only. And why is like I have to get the bugs too. But for now, nmap is run. That 22 SSH is closed, okay, but 80 Apache is open, okay, and okay, the things are pretty clear now that the ports which I always, which is preferable, SSH is closed, but two ports are open, Apache HTTP and HTTP, different SSL and that one. So now I will be using a tool so that I can check what are the things we are using here. So it's like a Nikto host where we are going to host we are going to find the host of the website. So 192.168.29.32. Okay, enter. So it's going to take some 3 to 4 minutes to run and your complete scan. Okay, my mistake, I guess. 92. Okay, got that. And it's running. It will be taking some 3 to 4 minutes to run, and it will be showing some things which will be useful for now.
So
So
is
let's
it
wait for
telling us
that.
about some vulnerabilities? Like I can see here X-axis protection header
Yes.
is not defined. So, okay. So you can like watch at them and maybe launch an attack.
These things will be like the students will be getting this while they will be having a complete knowledge of the tools like nmap. What are the things we are going to see in nmap? Like it will be like some for some students it will be like how we can learn or how we can explore the tools. So you can simply type nmap hyphen help. So here it comes that target specification, some commands, and the use of the command is shown. So user can learn from here and use them according to their use. But it will be always a helpful that you use hyphen help in any tool. Like
Yeah.
I will be
And there is
taking the
also a man page, I guess. You can type man and nmap. So like there is a
yes.
documentation available.
Here are some options. Okay. I got a problem. Okay, hyphen match is not help is not helpful. So you can see that there are many codes which we can use in NICTO also. So you can learn from here. It's a best way to learn anything other than going to search or going to use some walkthrough from the person who have already solved that. So you can use them anytime, anywhere. Now, Pratik, just a second. No? I will be right back. 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, till then we can have a poll about understanding about ethical hacking or unethical hacking.
Yeah.
So I will launch the poll till then. I hope the
So I
poll.
hope you're enjoying the session and Mr. Arvind will be right back. So what is the full form of TCP IP, right? It's a protocol for network, right? So what is the full form? The polls are up and yeah. Yes, I can see people are answering the right. Uh, okay. Yeah, people are on the right track.
Pratik, can I continue with the session?
Yeah, just a few more seconds. Yeah, so the poll has been ended. So full form of TCP IP, most of them have answered right, majority. Transmission control protocol or internet protocol. Secondly, the legalized form of hacking is ethical hacking, right? like you have to take the permission of the firm first, right, to attack them, right? That's an ethical hacker does. There are a lot more like white hat, gray hat, right? Arvind would tell you about that.
Yes.
Identify the term among which the first phase of ethical hacking. So it's footprinting. What footprinting is, wherever like in normal crime, you leave your fingerprint. So this is footprinting is a similar method. Your digital remains are there, digital presence. And ARP poisoning is again address resolution protocol, and DNS is domain name server. So the first step is footprinting, like anyone would search for that. And fourth one, as you can see, network traffic analysis, right? To analyze the network flow. That's also correct. And the fifth one, identify the type of attack, a fraudulent server with a relay address. So this is like, as Arvind has already told, there's a server in middle which is relaying the addresses and the response to it. So it's like a man in the middle attack. So yeah, Arvind, you can proceed.
Thank you, Pratik. So my Nicto tool is still working. Till that, I can search for a text file which will be available on the site, I guess. And I will be searching for me a robot only. Afterwards, if I don't get that, and I will be searching for Mr. Robot.txt, which will be available, I guess. So let's see for this one. Okay. There's just something going on. Mm, Okay, I guess some internet issues. Mm, Oops, there is that page cannot be found. Okay, why it's showing like this? Oh, this one. Yeah. There's some problem, I guess, with the name. Okay, it's showing still this one only. Mhm.
Arvind, try robots.txt. It might be name robots.
Okay, robots.txt. Okay, got. Thank you, Pratik.
Yeah.
So as you can see, there is a dictionary and there is a key, one of three. So here is the first key, first flag which we have got out of three. Now I'm going to copy that in my local machine so I can perform some operations on that. So let's make a new directory for that. So I will be naming that Mr. Robot 2. And now Mr. Robot 2. I will be going to the directory, and now I will be downloading that things like HTTP. Hyphen. The directory I want F society, which is named like this. So I will be copying this only, and I will be naming that this one. So now enter. So it will get me the directory. It's downloaded here only. And now I will be downloading the key file, which will be very important for me to get the first key or the password from that text file. So I will be writing the same command, but here I am going to name this file and download it here and enter. So this file is also downloaded. So let's check what's in the dictionary file. So head.dictionary, it's a tool so that we can open the dictionary file and we can find what's there inside that. Okay. True, false, we got from the now from the session. Okay, so it's showing me like this, and now I will be checking for the word count in the dictionary. F society dot dictionary. Oh, there's 8,58,160 words. Okay, so let's it may be possible that there may be okay, it may be possible that there may be some duplicates or the words which are repeated. So let me sort them out and check which are the unique or the unique count or the unique word from the dictionary. So let me run a command named sort f, okay, space f society, and okay, I have run the command previously also. So I am going to sort them from F society, unique words, and I am going to create a new dictionary, F society underscore filtered. So I can find the differentiate from the files, and it's going to, okay, it's done. Now let me check the new dictionary. Okay. Now I will be checking some words in the new dictionary like this. Because my new dictionary is underscore filtered, I will be using that only here. Dictionary. Okay. Now I have got the word count to only 11,000 only. So there are 11,451 words which are unique and which are not repeated from the previous one. So now I will be doing some things like I will be running some workflow. So here I am going to start workflow.
So like, can you tell what burp suit does to give some
Yes,
context?
it's a session. Okay, it's an interpreter where for I have given the example like I am going typing a email ID and my password, and if the burp suit is running, so that my files and things will be my email ID and password will be in a burp suit, and it will show that my email ID is this and my password is this. So it's an interpreter. So let's run this. I will be showing that also. 1 second.
Like, where one does use burp suit, like as in a cyber security student, like where you would be requiring to use this?
Um, for cybersecurity, it's like we have to use them so that
Like
we can understand the
exactly, my
session.
question was in which step, as you have mentioned, there is a lot of step like exploitation, scanning, etc.
Yes. So in the okay, wait. What was the question? Repeat.
Like in which step of like hacking or gaining access to a system this perp suit is used, like is it using like scanning step or maybe like gathering access, like or exploitation part?
It's for exploitation part.
Okay.
So, for example, I am going to run a bug suit now, and I will be showing that how it is used. So, for bug suit, it will be a proxy. Okay, target. So, where it was. Okay, so I have selected my proxy port here, and I am going to listen only server response. So I have checked that, and I am not going to listen from the client and server extra things. So I am going to remove them from here. Check interpret response based on the following rules. Okay. Okay. I'm going to check this also. And now it's ready to use interpreter on. So now it's okay. I guess so. I have used
As
the
in like this
yeah.
is one of the essential steps as a pen testing, right? For a pen testing beginner to use tools like burp suit, right, and map.
Yes. And okay, I am going to check for the login page, which is available here or not. So I'm going to simply write login dot what was that? PHP, I guess PHP going to work. No, there's some issue, I guess. Login log. Uh, 1 second. So here we have to try the combinations to get the output. Like we can have login dot HTML. Okay, as much as I can see, here it's showing something of blog name WordPress site. So let me check that WP WordPress hyphen login dot php. Okay, not available.
Arvind,
Okay, I
try it
got
up.
the.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so it's a WordPress site, and here I got that it's login page, and now I am going to write my name and some random password like enter. Okay, so I got the error like invalid username. So as my suit was okay, I have to do that once again because my proxy was not set. So why proxy I am using so that the suit can only listen that. Here you can modify that because you can create actually like I'm going to create like a suit 2 or all, and here I'm going to name 127.0.0.1 and to port 8080, which is always a common one. So okay, done. So you can see that I have created a proxy server now, proxynet. So I can use this. I have selected that, and again I am going to run the commands invalid one. So password like this. Okay, and let me check. I got something on interpreter. Okay, I got that. So Zoom available. Okay. As you can see here, my username is here, and for password I have typed something, but it's not showing right now because I entered before that. But for password, it will be here, PWD, which mean password, and it will be here password. And I have got this where the it's redirecting me, so I can use this information to check other things like. Okay, I'm going to stop this. In this now, I am going to run a Hydra so that the word list which I got from here dictionary, so I can check whether the ID password is contained in this or not. So for that, I'm going to use a brute force method by using a tool Hydra. So Hydra. Now for now, I don't know the username because it's showing like a invalid username. So for that, I'm going to write Hydra capital L and my file's name f society underscore filtered dot dictionary. And now for password, I don't know the password also. So let me write something which means I don't know. So it will be checking first for the username, and after that it will be checking for the I will be checking for the password also. So let me put like this 168.29.32, I guess. Okay. Here I have entered the file IP address of the Mr. Robot. Now I am going to write further in this like hyphen http hyphen post. Why post? Because it's showing me post here, this one. So I'm
Yeah.
going to write a post form.
Okay. So like you are
Post.
posting like
Yes.
you'll be editing that, right?
Yes.
Giving a post request. So like if people are not familiar with what type of requests are, like there are different requests: get request, post request, delete, etc. So this is post. So it will be like a write cycle there.
Correct. So now let me write other things like I have written the post form. Now, okay, so let me check where it's going. It's going right here, wp login.php. Now I'm going to use this only, and I'm going to write it here like, mm, double quotes, and I will be writing WP, which was showing there the post request is forwarded to the this point. So let me write login dot php, and now log is equals to user because everything is on user now. So let me write this way, user, and this is for login, and for password like pwd, the log which I am using, because here it's showing log only. For username it's showing log, and for password it's showing pwd, so I am using that only, log and pwd. For password will be okay, equals to um, pass for right now, because I don't know the password as well. And I am going to submit this request by writing like this, wp submit equals to, now again what I'm going to write here, it's like this one, because it's submitting to this point. So I'm writing this same here. Okay. For this, I'm writing the submit log plus, okay, login, log plus in login for failure. As we have seen that it was showing some request like invalid username here in this, at this point. So if the password is not correct, it will be going to show the invalid username in the front of that, or sorry, for the username, if the username is not correct, so it's going to be show a invalid username here, so that I can identify which is the valid and which is invalid. Invalid username. So let's run it and check. Okay, I've missed something. Um, I think I have missed something. Please do not use a military secret or okay. GitHub ID across unknown service. Okay. Hmm. Okay. It's showing me something. Hmm. Let me check for that. It's post from wp.login php. So, okay. Let me remove this part. And it's showing still that only. Why? Hmm. Mm, okay, it's again showing me this only. Mm, submit form is equals to that was all right. So, what login is failed, log invalid username, valid password, something specified the dictionary, specified the password like something. It's a web point. Mm, okay. Service. Not long using service. Service why service service. Password something. Mr. Robot IP. HTTP post from current um,
So yeah, until that we can have some interactive activities. Like Rishikesh, are you there?
Pratik, I will be right back
Yeah,
for 1 minute. I
sure.
have to check the issue right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pratik.
yeah. So we have some polls until he's debugging the stuff.
Currently, I guess I have shared all the polls.
Okay, sure. Like we can have uh, I guess some questions. Like, are you being able to follow up on this?
Yeah, you can just post your questions on chat box.
Yeah, I guess it's some issue with the some of the parameters. So yeah. Also, if you people have used any of the tools like Nmap, so John the Ripper, like, are you guys familiar with this type of tools? So like you can put +1 in the chat box. And also like if you guys have used Kali Linux before, like you can put a +1. So again, uh, for example, communities there are a lot of cyber security communities in Mumbai too, which are active, which are like keeping some sessions or meetups on the topic of, like, for example, security, like securing your APIs or securing your endpoints, and system testing, penetration testing, these all things. So like you can attend those meetups too. There you would meet community people, like, who are actually experienced or working from a lot of years, or have their own cyber sex startup. It might also maybe give you some opportunities. So like there is Hackerspace Mumbai, and a lot of other communities also. So you can check them out on Meetups app, and also you can join their Discord and maybe Slack channels. And
Yeah,
also
you
there
can.
are some cyber security open source repos. We would be sharing some of the resources at the end of the session, uh, and also as in the slides also it would be included.
You can follow them on Twitter to just
Yeah,
get to know about the various opportunity which they create for Mumbai hackers.
yeah, Mumbai hackers, right? They also are there.
Okay, so I am back. So the issue was like I was connecting it with the IP address. So that was the mistake which I made. It's a separate thing because it is a post form. It is a form, and in that form I am going to, and that form is redirecting it to the WordPress login page, where the log, which is the name, there was username, and the pwd was the password. So that's a different thing, and HTTP post form is a different thing, and IP has to be a different. So that the mistake I was making. So here I have corrected it, and I've run the command, and let's wait for the reply, and let's see what's going to be coming. Okay, so I got the login name, which is Elliot, and password is something because I have mentioned it right here. The password I don't know, so make it something. And from the dictionary, I got the login name, so I will be copying it right now. I will be keeping it in my text file. Username. Okay, for WordPress, it's going to be, and username is Elliot, and for password, again I am going to check it in this only, because it may be possible that I will get the password from the dictionary itself. So let's make some changes right here, like mm, because we know the username, I will be making it like Elliot, which was given by the machine, and I will be keeping it at small n. And now password I have to know, so capital P, and I will be removing something and I will be writing the file name, which is F society underscore filtered dot dictionary. The IP address is same and the HTTP post is same. Now the uh, okay. So, okay, I lost the brightness. Okay, so let me check what will be the invalid for the password. If I give the invalid password, what will be the result? So Elliot and password is like this. Okay, I will be running a new file. WordPress login. So let me close the hub suite and the proxy name. Okay, I got that. And let's off the proxy. Okay, I lost. Mhm. Mm, So as you can see, I am back from proxy server. Because of that, I was getting some issues. Now, as we have known that the login or username is Elliot, so let me write it here. Okay, and password I don't know, so let me write something and login. Okay, the password you entered for the username Elliot is incorrect. So the username is correct, and now we have to check for the password. And for that, let's let me make it is incorrect because it was showing it right here. Is incorrect. Let me make it same and let's run. Okay. Warning, restore file. Okay, I will be getting it in 3 to 4 minutes. Let's wait for the output, and I hope I will get the password right in the dictionary file, and let's see what's in the WordPress. Six 31.00 files per minute. Okay. Mhm.
Hello, Arvind.
Yes,
Yeah, how long can it take, like, to complete this?
it's going to be taking like 3 to 4 minutes for Hydra, and after that MSF console, so that I can create a payload and I can plug in to the WordPress. And
So, like,
after that,
total, how much time you would require?
total 15 to 20 minutes. Thanks.
Okay, like, because like it's already been long, so like if you can
Yes.
wrap up, or maybe you could instead of demonstration, maybe show them the further steps or something like that.
Okay, so after this, after running this, I will be getting a password. So after getting the password, I am going to enter here and log in. So I will be in a WordPress. Now in WordPress, we have to check what are the files attached to the WordPress. So there is an option in WordPress like plugins. In plugins, we have to create a payload which we are going to create using MSF console. So okay, let me create a payload so that the time don't get wasted.
Yeah, exactly. You the payload and the further step, I think, yeah, you can just
Yes,
explain that
so
because it
that
really requires a lot of time to actually do it hands-on.
actually, and till the time I think I will get the password, so we can use that also. So now we have to create a MSF console, open it, and let's check which payload we can upload it in WordPress. Hmm, it's taking too much of time, I guess. Desktop, Instagram, what to okay, it started. So after getting the password, I will be logging in and I will be uploading a payload so that it can give me the response and I will be getting a session from the payload because of the payload, and I will be getting in the root directory, and for that I will be getting a second uh, password there, second flag, and after that in going to the root directory I will be getting some files. So after searching for the files and I have to type who am I so that I can know where I exist. So I will be a user there, and after that for going from user to the main root axis, I will be writing exclamatory who am I so that it will be showing like root, because exclamatory is like giving root permissions to the user. And okay, so I got the MSF console. Now I will be writing like search payload for WordPress shell. Okay, so I got this much of WordPress shell payloads. I am going to use this one. And why this one only? Because it's for admin. And I have to be the admin of the WordPress for now so that I can get into the root one. So let's type use two, I guess. No. Okay. Use admin shell upload. Uh, upload. Okay. And now I am going to use this one, 16th point. So let me write it here like Unix hyphen web app hyphen WordPress underscore admin underscore shell underscore upload. Okay, so I have created it and I am in the payload. Now I am going to set some things like password, username, and port. So let me do that like okay, set username. Set okay username Elliot. Okay, so the username is Elliot and oh no. Pratik, I know the password already, so can I use that
Yeah,
because
sure.
in short time?
Yeah, sure. And I guess payload is created, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
payload is created, and after running this point of Hydra, I will be getting a password which I
yeah,
already know. So I am going to
yeah.
use
You
it.
can go ahead with that.
Uh, Password like here 28. Okay, password here uh, 26.0652. It's a password. Now I have to set a port. So set our host, like 192.168.29.32, which is of the IP. And now uh, exploit. Let's exploit it. Okay. Okay, I got the error exploit aborted due to a failure. So let's check some advanced option. Advanced options. Okay. So in advanced option, oh, WP check is true. The Wi-Fi is valid. It's installed. Okay. So if the Wi-Fi is valid, sorry, if the website is valid, then only it will be uploading. So I have to change it and I have to make it false so that it can work on our site. So set WP check false, and now WP check true. Okay. So advanced option. Okay. Now it's made a false one. Now I can run and exploit. Okay, so it's creating a payload, and now I am going to plug in it in the file. So let's make it fast. So I have to run it again. The whole thing, I guess. Hmm, options. Set username, set password, set our host, and exploit. Okay, so my metaprinter is right here. Now I can see that my payload is uploaded. I'm going to log in here right now. Okay, so here I have uploaded the payload. Now, uh, metaprinter. Now I have to check for shell. Any okay created. After this, I will be getting two PHP files, and after that, I have to run it on Python so that I can see what's there in the files. And after that, I will be typing who am I. So I will be getting a username or a name called daemon. So it's not right because I am at the second phase and I have to be at the end, like I have to get the root access. So I will be typing cd/home so that I can check what are the files. And in that, I will be getting a robot. So there I will be getting two files where the first file contain the password, which is in MD5. So I will be getting a I will be using a uh, decoder crack station. Okay. I will be using this and I will be uh, writing the MD5 hash and I will be check for the hash in normal form and I will be getting a password which will be a second flag. And after that, I will be typing su robot and I will enter the password. I will be logged in somewhere and there I can check who am I. So I will get robot, but not a root. So for that, I will be writing an exclamatory mark so that I can get the root access, root permission, and I will run some commands. After which I will be getting a third key and the third flag that will be the end of our system. I think it's going to take some time actually.
You can do is like, is this the last step?
Yes, actually, after this, there are a few commands which will be easy to understand, but I will be sharing them as I have completed this.
Okay, like if it will require time, like you can just explain them the steps.
I
Because
have already explained them the steps which we are going to perform after this and what are the commands.
so like what what is the end result?
The end result will be if we type who am I will be getting
Okay.
a root. That means I have the root permission and I am the root of the system. I am at the root of the
Okay, so
system.
like the thing is you are converting that MD5 hash into the password and you will use that it to getting the root access and privileges.
Exactly.
Okay.
So as
Yeah.
we have seen here, there is a okay. So here it's a login page where I will be entering a root. I will be entering a username which is daemon, and after that password I will be entering the MD5 hash converted part, and that will be a password. After which I will get into the system and I will check what are the further
So
commands and
yeah,
what are the
you
things.
can access the files at the server, right? And
Exactly.
you can delete
At
them
the
or
root
not.
position
But
and I will be get the root access and I will be the um, called karta dharta in Hindi. I will be everything in the system.
yeah, got it. So
Okay.
now we can get along with the Q&A session.
Okay,
It was
so
really great to have a demo actually, because it's really difficult to get a cybersecurity demo. Like,
actually, and
actually requires a lot
because
of
of
time.
using Zoom and other things continuously, my system is a bit slow
Yeah,
right now. But
maybe in future we can have a hands-on offline. That would be really great.
yes, that will be a great one.
Yeah.
So
So you can, there is a feedback form link in the chat section. Make sure you fill the feedback and let the faculties and college know about this session if you like the session, right? So that we can have more such sessions in the future and even better. So now let's get along with the Q&A section. So you can
Anybody
drop
having
your
some
questions
doubts?
to, and Arvind would be answering them.
Yeah, any
Yeah.
question
Yes.
cybersecurity or about this today's session or anything you would like to ask, feel free to ask.
So students, if any question, let me know so that I
There
can
is a
help.
question by, I guess, Manas. How can we clear our footprints? Like when you use Nmap, which is sent some packets to host web server to get info that we needed, but my ISP and host machine can see my IP. So
Okay.
yeah,
So clearing the footprints is a skilled one, but I think his doubt is like how he can hide his
yeah,
IP, right?
yeah. Like he's telling that his ISP can see his IP, right? So like he
Okay.
wants to hide it. I guess. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I think a VPN can be used,
Yeah,
Pratik,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, or you can also use proxy or maybe combine both.
Exactly.
You can use a proxy on your private network and VPN on your public network. So
Uh, any other questions? Okay,
yeah,
I
there
got.
is a question from Matri. What is difference between white hat, gray hat, and black hat hackers?
Okay, so it's a very basic question, exactly, but there is a difference. So white hat is a person who hacks ethically with the permissions and for the cause of the society, so that he can help the society. But the gray hat are like they are not in black hat and not in white hat. They are different from others, and they will be like they have to do the things for themselves only, and it depends on them, so that how and what they want to do. And for black hat, there are many hackers which are black hat hackers. They become that because they want something for themselves, for the reward. And the companies are not only in the position, so that they can show the reward, or so they can give the reward to the person. So they are black hat hacker because they use the user information and make it confidential, which are confidential parts of the phone. They make it public. So there are many hackers like many of you heard have a name. I don't
Kevin Mitnick.
know. Sorry.
Kevin Mitnick, right? His,
Okay. There is a person in US who hacked the NASA.
I think that's Kevin Mitnick, if I'm not
Yes,
wrong.
Yeah.
exactly. And there is a person who hacked the Domino's server for the bug bounty, but he didn't get that, so that he uploaded the user's information to the dark web. After which the Domino's has given him some big reward and asked him to remove the data from the darknet. So
Yeah, Himanshu. Yeah, he's selling his data even got leaked.
our
Yeah,
big
I guess many
companies'
people.
accounts
Yeah.
being hacked. So there are many things. Big companies have a big database, right? But some people are like for server.
Yeah.
There is a server named Honeypod, which is working as an actual server, but it's not. If the hacker come in the company and he hacks the server, he will be hacking a honeypot, which does not contain any information, and the main server will be secured. So that the analytics team, like red team, they will analyze the traces that a hacker has done the first step like this, and the second step and the third step continuously. And after which they will make a blacklist in the main server, where if the same traces are followed, the hacker will be blocked. So
So
companies uses like this way.
Honeypot is designed like of two type. First is a production and second is for researcher. So researcher is mainly use the honeypot just to identify what type of technique the hacker
Exactly.
uses to identify or to hack the system. And the terminology honeypot is here is like attracting hackers to attack here, not the actual one. So it makes the system secure from this hacking stuff.
So there is a question directly to me. What are the system
Mhm.
requirement for practice? So the system requirement are like basic one, that you should have a of 16 GB or 12 GB and SSD for 5 and i3 or i5 generation will be a great.
Hello. So please fill the feedback because it's necessary for your attendance and you see points stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, next question we can see here is, could you please explain about capture the flag events? Arvind, you are on mute.
Okay, sorry. What was the question? Capture the flag events.
Yeah.
So in capture the flag, you have given the some flags where you have to reach, and for that you have to go through a certain stages, and for that stage you have to perform certain tasks. Like I have used the Hydra tools, different tools. I have used an MSF console to create a payload to get a key, right? So capture the flag is like that. You have to use some things to capture the flag, and you will get a reward if you are doing a bug bounty, or if you are doing something for a company, or you are doing for a practice. You will be sharpening a skill by doing that, and you will be getting a knowledge of every tools. And after some time in future, if you want, you can create your own tool for that use. So that's for the capture of the flag. Capture the flag. Any other questions?
Yeah. There is one question from my side. Like, are there any opportunity in cyber security field related to hackathons or competitions,
Exactly, there are.
like
So
cyber
there are,
hackathons?
yes.
And if
So
anyone has, so they can share their experiences too, right?
okay, so there are many hackathons going right now, uh, India level and world level also. You can use HackerOne to get the information and Buckrowd to get the information, so that
Like, yeah.
you will be at the
And
hackathon position.
also, there
Okay,
are a lot of police department in states collaborating with colleges to
exactly.
conduct these type of hackathon. Like Rishikesh, and we had gone to one of the cyber hackathon in Roorkee. So like there are lot of opportunities.
In hackathons, really you get to expose about like get the exposure of lot of stuff and different stuff on people are working. Like when I participated in one of the cyber hackathon, I got to know that people have but like tried to extract the data from the dark web and tries to build a system where we can identify the illegal activity or of the particular domain related, like if it's a drug related like that, so it can be identified. So you can explore like the various things that you can also work on, and the also the innovative ideas can be generated through that.
Yeah,
Any
hackathons
other
are a good
questions?
opportunity to learn and
Yeah.
upskill yourself. So I think there are no more questions. And yeah, thank you, Arvind, for being with us for it's too long, over 2 hours and I guess 15 minutes nearly, and demonstrating. You got errors, but you are persistent with that and carried. We really like your attitude and would like to express our gratitude from the whole GDSC team and our community and all the people who attended the session. I hope it was really helpful for you guys.
Yeah,
So
thank
thank you, GDSC. Thank you, Rishikesh and Pratik, for having me right here. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Arvind, and thank you everyone for joining this session. Hope we'll see you in next session.
And
Okay.
please make sure you fill the feedback. It's really necessary for your attendance. And also, so we can keep more amazing events, right? Please give us some positive feedback. It's really going to